Disclaimer, I was recording this video back in May, so it's June now, so it took me a while to actually edit this video, so you might see some lines that are kind of outdated. Alright, let the video begin. I was pressing the wrong button. Hello everyone, Customized here. This month is Pride Month. Now, it's probably in the middle of the month, so, yeah, we're ranking the Hellaverse episodes. All of them. So, in total, there are 20 episodes in Hell of a Boss, and 8 episodes in Hazmat Hotel so far. We're getting more seasons for both of these shows. And so, we're going to rank all of them. From worst to best. All of them. All shows, like both shows together, mixed up, and get their episodes. See, in my opinion, this is my opinion, so if you don't agree, that's fine. Opinions are opinions, that's what they exist. Okay, we'll set out a few rules. Firstly, no, the shorts will not be on the list, because they're not technically episodes, because they're like mid-episodes. I mean, they're not mid, they're pretty good, but they're not like episodes, to say. So, how about let's just rank the main episodes. All 20 of the Hell of a Boss and 8 Hazmat Hotel. So total 28 episodes. Secondly, this is my opinion and not objective in any way. If it is objective, then you guys will have to say which one is which. So yeah. Let's begin the ranking. Also, just have fun. If you don't like my opinion, that's fine. Just let's begin the video. Starting off with Unhappy Campers being in last place. Now, there are a few reasons why this episode's terrible. This is actually the only bad episode in my opinion. It's like a 2 out of 10 for me. The only saving grace of it is the animation. And Blitz being like a maniac trying to find his sister was kind of funny, but this is just a bad episode. Moxie just acting like this, like acting a drama queen, and Millie, or Millard, trying to go far to her little short career thing. Yeah. Also, just kind of like a wasteful episode. It's not a lot of development, it's just like trying to figure out who this killer is. It's like a mystery episode, but half of it's not. It's just looking for Barbie, which is her first and last appearance on screen. So, I don't think we're going to see her at all for a while until season 3. We'll just have to see, but the animation's good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The episode's kind of annoying, in my opinion. It is marked as the worst episode, like worst rated episode on IMDb, so yeah. Even if I think Western Energy's next, it's not next. It's kind of a controversial one, so let's show it off. Which is season 2, episode 7, the Mammon episode. I forgot the name, but yeah, I forgot most names for these episodes because, well, yeah. This episode it's actually pretty good, but there are better episodes. I do like the animation. I love the songs in this. I love all songs. Not all of them, but I like that we get development for Fizz for 2 episodes in a row, which is actually pretty cool because he's one of the most important characters. Mammon is the GOAT. I love Mammon. He's funny. Yo, wait, he's sick. Fuck. But yeah, the only problem with this episode is just that why do we need another Fizz and Raleigh episode? Because we already got him. We should probably get development from other characters, like the other deadly sins that we didn't get to see, like Behemoth or Leviathan. Leviathan. We haven't seen those 2 yet. I mean, we have seen them in the final episode. I mean, the Mastermind episode, which you'll see later. But yeah, Mammon is actually a manipulative character, just like Valentino. But unlike him being like a porn director, he's just like a clown, which is actually pretty funny. I do like Mammon. I like Fizz. I like Blitz. I like Ozzy. I like. It's funny how Ozzy's dating an imp. Like Solus is dating an imp, or not technically dating an imp until episode 11 or 12, but whatever. yeah, I don't think this episode is terrible. It's like a 7 out of 10 for me, but it's just that, why do we need another Fizzaroli episode? Next is episode 3 from Has Been a Hotel, aka the meeting episode with all the overlords. Not all of them, but yeah. Yeah, this one's kind of boring, to be honest. It's higher than the Fizzaroli, the Mammon episode, because Lazy has one of my favorite songs, Whatever It Takes. Yes, the FU song, the Fuck You song from Fizzaroli from the last minute was actually pretty good, but I like Whatever It Takes and Respectless. Respectless is just a funky, funny episode from song from Velvet. I like Velvet a lot. She's gonna appear more in season 2. I know that, but in Carmela Carmine's and Maggie's song, Whatever It Takes, it's pretty good. It's just that it's kind of a boring episode, to be honest. Yes, it has a few interesting stuff, like learning more about Carmela Carmine, about her killing the angel, and Cecile being a respective character to Carmela Carmine. But it's not doing the fact that, yes, I do like Charlie and Vaggie's section, like of the trust exercises section. I do like that. It was pretty funny. And it's kind of funny when Huss just like escapes, just like left the area in the background, which is actually kind of pretty funny. I'm not showing any clips because yeah, it's gonna take a while. I want this to be released in June, so you guys can see it. But yeah, this episode is kind of boring on some parts, but the songs and the trust exercises scenes are the only thing that's saving it. It makes it a 7 out of 10 for me. Yeah, moving on. Next up is...
What do you think I'm into? What? This is the kind of shit gays like, right? Okay, first off, Dad, I'm bisexual. Yeah, gay.
Episode with Moxie's father and Moxie's ex, or Millie's ex. You can go either way. But this episode is fine. It's okay. This is the newest episode. I've never seen this episode before until now for this ranking. But honestly, it's pretty good. But it's kind of funny when it's like literally like dicks coming out of nowhere. But it's kind of funny. I mean, Crimson thinks that Moxie's gay after, yeah. But it's kind of funny. I like Crimson. I like the Chaz guy. He's funny. He's a one-time character. That's good. I don't want to see him again. But yeah, it adds more lore to Moxie. He's the main character this time, which I appreciate. I appreciate that Moxie gets his full-on main character episode since Truth Seekers, which we'll get to in a bit. Moxie's dad is a menacing antagonist. He appears again in episode 6. Oops. We'll get to that in a bit. So, yeah, the only issue with this is that it's kind of boring on some parts. Like, after everyone gets into their rooms, it's kind of weird. Like, Blitz is their exes, which is kind of weird. I like the final battle, which was actually pretty cool. Millie's a badass. Okay, moving on. Next up is the Queen Bee episode. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. But yeah, I think it's pretty fun. It's kind of interesting. It is the finale of season 1 for some reason. The most interesting finale of season 1. I'm pretty sure Osmodius fits well, or Truth Seekers fits well for the finale. Whereas Truth Seekers is like the big battle of the whole season. Well, Sid Smith is the big battle for season 2, and finale was just a big battle for season 1 of Has Motel. We have no clue what Has Motel season 2 is going to be like. Sorry, I don't have a script with me. But yeah, this is a fine episode. The Cotton Candy song's good. Queen Bees is a Beelzebub. I don't know. It can go either way with the names, but I think it's a good. She's a good character. She's funny. We see her again as buddies with Osmodius, which is pretty cool. We'll get to this episode later. It's kind of funny that Blitz is like going against B and just kind of like wins, but it's kind of funny. I love the ending of Blitz saying that we'll be there for me, Willie. That's pretty sweet. Moving on with the Cherubs. Yeah. I'm not a fan of this episode because it's kind of not feeling like it's from the show at all. It feels like it's from Has Been Hotel or from other indie shows, but I'm putting it here because it has Hell of a Boss right there. the name. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting to say at least. The M's versus the Cherubs battle was actually pretty cool. The battles are cool in this. But yeah, it's just basically this I don't know what to say anymore. It's just an episode that exists. It is the 4th episode. I don't know what to say. I mean, the sheriffs are just boring antagonists, in my opinion. They don't matter in the show at all. They're just there. Add more plot into the show. Or just add them later in season 2, episode 8, which they portrayed better in that one. Actually, they portrayed worse, but yeah, let's move on. I don't know how to say anymore. Okay, so next up is episode 1 from Hasbro. So I am not saying any names from this show. They are so confusing. But I'm calling this episode 1. That's it. From Hasbro Hotel. This is the main title, thumbnail for episode 1 on Prime Video. Just Husk doing with the gun with his beer bottle. But yeah. Hell is Forever is a good song. Happy Day in Hell was an okay song. And the commercial sections are pretty cool. I think they're funny. Pretty sure that's all I gotta say. It's just a bland episode. It's a start. So I'm gonna give it points for actually starting off the show after the pilot after 5 years. So yeah, moving on. Next is episode 6, and this is where we go to heaven. Pretty sure. I don't want to think. I just gotta look at this thumbnail and just to see. Hold on. Yeah, it is, but this is the main title. Oh, hold on, let me just show you. See, right there. I'm on Prime Video. That's literally the thumbnail for the episode. Those would be higher in the list. Back to what I was saying, but this episode is pretty interesting because there's usually 2 plots. Angel Dust and the others go, and Cherry Bomb takes the others to a party or a bar, but Charlie tells them to. Not when they're going to heaven, trying to get Angel Dust redeemed. I mean, we see Angel Dust getting developed to a good character. Angel Dust is one of my favorite characters in the show because he's the most interesting, and he has the most tragic story of the bunch, in my opinion. Other than Vaggie being a fallen angel with Lucifer. But yeah, this is a really interesting episode, to be honest. Honestly, it's not the best. It's not the worst. It's low on the list because there are better episodes from Hellaverse and Hazbin Hotel. But yeah, I don't know what to say. The animation is still good. Actually, all animations are good. We're just waiting for a long time for season 2 that the episodes get more boring as you watch them again and again. So, yeah. Moving on. Next is actually a tie with the Hellaverse pilot and the Hazbin Hotel pilot. The first tie in this ranking series I'm working on. But, yeah. Hellaverse started off okay with the rough animation, in my opinion. It's still a good animation, but it's kind of a little rough around the edges. And it's shorter, so it's not going to have any more content. But it's kind of funny, especially the Luna section, which is just introducing the characters and Stolas. But in my opinion, the Hellaverse pilot Hazbin Hotel pilot is better. Because it's longer, it's more interesting, has a better animation style than the actual show. It feels like it's a show that feels interesting. Alistair is the better character than the normal show. This Hazbin Hotel started off good, in my opinion. So I want to see more of this animation style, or just type of comedy. Michael Kolbeck voices Angel Dust in this. That's my main positive for this. Next is Aussies. This is one of the last episodes for. Actually, we're not done yet. We're not even I think we're halfway through. But Asmodeus, I'm calling Asmodeus because it sounds very interesting. My mouth's dry. But this is a good episode, in my opinion. I like the Asmodeus song. His introduction is pretty cool. I like that, episode 8, season 2, episode 1, all take place in one night, which is interesting. That's just stuffing in the back. But, yeah, this is a really interesting episode. It has good music, it has good comedy. It's pretty funny. I just enjoy it a lot. I don't know what else to say. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. Moving on. Apology Tour is next, and it's probably one of the best episodes from in the indie series. Now, the reason is, it has a good song. No. I don't know why it's called that. I have it on my playlist. It's really interesting, and this is the first time we see Veronica since season 1, episode 7. I'm not exactly sure when. Yeah. And she was the last one to apologize, which is she deserves the apology. After what Blitz did, like abandoning her before she even got too close. Now, I think this is like one of the saddest ones. I feel bad for Blitz, for everyone just hating him. So it's kind of sad. It's an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, we see a little jump there. Now, we do see the development between these two characters of Blitz and Veronica. We might see more of her in season 3 or season 4 because season 4 is the ending season of the show, but we'll see. Alright, let's move on. Ho, I've been waiting for this one. Next up is Harvest Moon Festival. Now, I gotta be honest. I like this episode a lot. Like, a lot. This is one of my favorite episodes back then in a while until rewatches. But this is still one of my favorites. I think we're in the top 10 now. I'm not exactly sure anymore. Well, we still got 16 left. Oh my god. Yeah. This is the most hyper episode. I like Stryker a lot. He's a good villain, to be honest. Like antagonist. But yeah, this is a fun episode. It's intense. It's very interesting. Stryker's Seeing Stars. Here we are. This is probably like, I don't know, we're not in the top 10 yet, but top 15. 16, yeah. Yeah, this is a interesting episode, to be honest. Showing how much Octavia loves stars. Because Stolas made a promise that they're gonna see them someday. But at the end, we see fireworks. I like how they added this section, how Blitz met Luna, which is pretty sad. And him seeing that pug as Luna was kind of sweet. It's kind of sad. I kind of teared up on that part. I don't know why. But the acting section was pretty funny. I do like the way that Braden Raiders is just a reference to Brandon Rogers, the voice actor for Blitz. Or Blitzo. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But yeah, it's just a good episode. Still like the 8.5 out of 10 section. We're going to have to get to the 9 out of 10 soon when we get made to the top 15. We are now in the top 15, everybody. These are the 9 out of 10s all the way to the 10 out of 10s. We're 11 out of 10, to be honest. The last week as well. Number 15 is Full Moon. This episode really interested me when I first watched it because this is like when Stolas and Blitz got into a weird breakup, which is probably one of the most emotional moments in the series, but the action's nice. I do think the sheriff's way back was pretty interesting. The dorks, the Agent 1 and Agent 2, that's the names, came back. I mean, they came back in the short, the weird Mexican short. But, yeah, it's a sad episode. At the end, When I See Him Tonight, it's a good song as well. I don't know why that Vizzy Pop always writes really good songs. Now, this is one of my favorite episodes from all 15. Because we're not even halfway through the section. I mean, we are halfway now after this one, but... yeah, it's just, interesting to see that Hell Boss has been growing after this moment. the sheriffs were good antagonists throughout the whole entire episode. They are way better here than their first appearance. They're not acting like children, but now they're just acting maniacs, which is what a villain should be. The dork agents were funny. I do like them coming back into the main episodes. Yeah, let's move. This video is already 20 minutes. Oh my goodness. This is a controversial one, but next is Western Energy. We're halfway through the video, but the reason why I put this high on the list because I like those 2 sections here. One, Bliss trying to give Luna the shot. One of the things that dogs hate. And the Striker section when Stolas gets kidnapped, which is really, really intense. People hate this episode because they changed Striker's voice actor. If they're gonna do that with Queen Bee or Beelzebub, you can go. I'm calling her Queen Bee, but yeah, it's a good episode, and I don't care what people say. It's a good episode for me because I like Striker. He's one of my favorite antagonists. He's one of the funniest. I don't know why there's cuts everywhere, but yeah. Overall, this is the 9 out of 10 for me. I just think this episode's very interesting. Moving on. Since is next. Now, this is controversial, seeing this pretty, not high, very high up on the list. Because originally this was number 3. But I changed some things about it. After rewatches. Yeah, I see problems. But I still like this episode a lot. It has the best animation, other than Mastermind. But we see the Andreophilus, or I'm calling him Andy, but he is a good antagonist. He tried to tried to sabotage Blitz and his team, which is really intense. Andreophilus deserves the second best villain in this franchise. In his first hellaverse, other than Adam. Yeah, check Sarah as the main antagonist. But yeah, this episode has issues. The comedy is kind of weird. I mean, it's kind of surprising that Millie's pregnant, but overall, it's a good episode. It has issues. There are some moments that go by too long. Stolas' Scratch Show was kind of funny, but yeah, let's just move on. Murder Family. This is a good episode. I enjoyed this a lot. I like that there are challenges with their job. Crazy maniacs, simps, all that. This is a really interesting, episode. Because it is the first episode for Hell of a While, other than the pilot. But it's kind of funny. It's kind of some surprising moments, the You're a Hero section. Just no, I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, I do like the family as the antagonist. Moxie gets his first kill, other than a few times, but he finally killed a family. He killed the whole family. Oh my goodness. We do see Martha and Mayberry later on in episode 9, season 2, as couples. Interesting. Next up is Ghostfuckers. That's a weird name. But it's a good episode. It has good, lore. Seeing Blitz's mother animated is interesting. Actually, it's a really good. The main villain of this episode was intimidating. He's the scariest one so far. Especially with this thumbnail. I'm running out of words. Let's just move on. Next up is our first ever Haswell Tell episode in a bit. Episode 2, Stay Gone. I'm calling it Stay Gone because it's the first introduction to the V's, and they are good antagonists. I do like them a lot. I do like that Alistair and Fox are rifles, radio versus TV. It's mostly about them. And I like that Sir Prentice returns. He's one of my favorites. Sad to see him go. And going to heaven, which is he's the first one to get redeemed. Which, yeah, pretty interesting. It's a good episode. Stay Gone is a good episode. Starts with Sorry is a good episode, good song. Plus it's the songs that episode. Oh my god, I'm running out of ideas, like what I'm trying to say, because I don't have a script. That's really fun. Next is the finale of Hazbin Hotel. This is the end of the show so far. Now, this is where the big action happens, with the biggest action in the whole show. Now, this is the best. This is the best by action standpoint, but not the best by story point, because there are better episodes. Now, this is not the main thumbnail. I think I showed you that earlier, but I think it's just still, an interesting episode. To say, the least of the bunch. It's the best of the first half, so far, other than episode 7, which I kind of spoiled it. So, yeah. Let's just move on. I'm running out of ideas. We're already in the top 10. We're top 8. So, Lululand is next. Now, I like this one a lot because first introduction to Viscerali and Octavia. It's a good episode, to say the least, because it's enjoyable. And I like the sections with... I like the moment when Moxie's trying to win this thing. Which, yeah, it's funny. It's funny. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say. We'll just move on. The only episode that takes place in the past. This is the first 9.5 out of 10. The prequel episode. I'm calling it the prequel episode. Stolas' and Blitz's backstory of how they met. Which, I like this episode a lot. It's sweet. It's charming. I think this is a very interesting episode. I just think it's cute. At the beginning, the first half, and then we'd see how Blitz, the grimoire, that's what the thing is called. I'm sorry, I had to stop for a second because I keep accidentally letting go of the microphone on CapCut, but this episode's interesting to say the least, because at least we get a backstory. We should probably get a backstory of Millie and Moxie. I mean, we got backstory sections with Moxie, Luna, and Millie at season 2, but just prequels, when they're children. We should probably get that one for Millie, because we got children versions of most characters. Moving on. The episode that has the production hell is Spring Broken, because this episode got demonetized at one point, but it got monetized at another point. Regardless, there's the sex section, which is kind of interesting. But this episode is a good one. It's funny. I like that Luna's just in love with Tex, and Blitz is like, no, you don't need a boyfriend at this point when you're a teenager. She's 18 nowadays. Look at Moxie in this one. Moxie's got drunk in this episode, which is funny. And Blitz is a funny one. His dynamic between him and Veronica, which is Veronica's first introduction to the show. And Veronica is a good character. I'm not saying anything else. Okay, moving on. I don't want to say anything. Finally, a name that's actually interesting. And the first 10 out of 10 episode. This is probably the top 5. I'm not sure. Yep, we're on the top 5. This is the 10 out of 10 section. So yeah, we got Masqueradus. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I like this episode a lot. It has more of Angel Dust, he's one of my favorite characters. Haas is a good character. These guys are... This is one of my favorite ships in the show, because it makes sense. They started to like each other after episode 4. It's good best friends. Now, there are other I do have one issue. This is the only 18 plus episode of this whole show, which is kind of weird. But there's way too much sex stuff in this. But it makes sense. Angel Dust is a porn star, so we get the more of that. So let's move on to number 4. Next up is Hell's Greatest Dad. And this is one of my favorites, because Lucifer is one of my favorite characters, even though he only appears at least only 2 episodes, or 3 episodes if you count episode 1. Or 4 if you count the pilot. But this is a good episode. It has my favorite song, the whole show, More Than Anything, and Hell's Greatest Dads. I just think that song's catchy, and More Than Anything is really, really beautiful song. It's well animated too. But yeah, I just think that this is a good episode. It has the best animation of the whole entire show. Now this is not the last time you'll see this of Haswell's Hell, because I think there's like one more. I don't really know. So yeah, this is the longest video on my channel so far, which is interesting because one of my longest was a plush collection. But this is the 10 out of 10.5 out of 10 section, which probably won't like do. So there's like 3 left. So pretty sure I think you know what the last House Motel video or episode is, which is episode 7. So yeah, episode 7 is my favorite episode from Hazbin Hotel. Now this is number 3. This is the last 10 out of 10 of the bunch. I love this episode for some reason. It has like 2 sections with Charlie and Vaggie, seeing what happened after episode 6, after Vaggie was figured out that Vaggie was an angel, which is really a really big plot twist, and that makes me did not like Adam as my favorite antagonist. But yeah, it sticks out to me because yeah, I have like heartbreaks in my life. And it's a little heartbroken to see that Charlie is mad at Vaggie. Even though I've never seen that Charlie mad at Vaggie or just anyone in this section, other than Alistair. So let's move on to Mastermind, my second favorite episode in all the hellaverse, because this is honestly one of the best episodes from any show ever. So because I just think that Mastermind is the best song of the whole entire like roster of the hellaverse, and the animation is like the best improvement. Satan's awesome, and Vasako is the GOAT. And this essentially does set up the final episode. Stolas lost his power to be the main Goetia and the Prince of Hell, or just the Prince Stolas. It's kind of a plot twist to see that happen. This, I have no one else to say of my second favorite episode of Hell Lost. If this is not my favorite, for most people it's their favorite, but it's not favorite, then what is it? But that episode of the gold medal of number 1, Truth Seekers. Oh my god, this episode is amazing. Action-wise, is the best of the bunch. The animation is awesome. And the characters, and we do see more development between Blitz and Moxie, of how their relationship goes. It's pretty much a funny episode as well. It's the most intense, it's the most funny, it has the best jokes, it has the best action, it's the best animation. It's my favorite episode, like, of all time, of the Hellaverse. It is so fun. And it's honestly, it's a really good, like, send off to season 1. But we got, like, 2 more episodes, because the limit for most season episodes is, like, 8. Like how Has will tell. But yeah, this is just, like, an awesome episode. I have no words after I watched this, because I love action-packed stuff. 11 out of 10. And that is it for my ranking. Now I will, if all the rest of the 8 shorts that are in development, I will rank all of them by itself, or I will make more ranking videos, like a tier list of every FNAF character, FNAF Flash, Godzilla films, all that. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later on in the summer.